Hello and welcome to Nana's Crafty Home. My name is Tanya. Today's tutorial is going to show you how to complete your Easter blanket Grafgan, which you can find as a free pattern on my website. This was a fun crochet along to work. It was 9 squares, all Easter themed, beautiful, colorful, and spring themed here. So we're finishing up our blanket and we're going to be sewing our squares together and adding our border. So I'm going to show you the technique that I use to join my squares, which is going to be a slip stitch join. And of course you are more than welcome to choose another way if you would like, if you have a preference for that. The slip stitch join is nice and easy. You can use that with your crochet hook, and so no sewing is necessary to put these blocks together. What you see here is the graph of the squares and how I have laid them out to join. Certainly this is entirely optional for you. You can put your squares together in any way that you would like, but I'm going to show you how my finished blanket ended up being. So I'm going to be sewing these together, or actually joining these together in strips. So I'm going to start up here in this corner and I'm going to join these squares together first. Then I'm going to join these squares together, and then I'm going to join these squares together. So then I'll have 3 strips joined together, and then I will join the 3 strips together. So then I'll come back and join this strip here together and this strip here together to complete the blanket. So to get started with doing this slip stitch join, again, I'm starting with that butterfly square, and then the square next to it in the middle is the cross. And I'm going to be joining those down this seam here. So they're going to get joined here. You're going to want to have your right sides of your squares facing each other. So your wrong sides will be facing out. Your right side in here, facing each other. This is your wrong side, and this is the wrong side as well. All right, so to get started, we're going to want to work through the back loop of this square that's closest to you and the front loop of the square that's farthest from you. So we're going to be attaching our yarn in the corner of this square, and it's going to be in the back loop of that single crochet round. And then on the second square, the square that's furthest away from you, you're going to want to attach it through the front loop in the corner. And now I'm just going to work a slip stitch through those loops. So just yarning over and pulling through all the loops. So again, we're working in that back loop, the loop that's furthest away from you of that single crochet of that front square, and then the front loop of the square that's furthest away from you, yarning over, pulling through all the loops. Insert your hook into that back loop, insert your hook into the front loop. Yarning over, pull through all the loops. Insert your hook into the back loop, insert your hook into the front loop. And that's how easy that is. Very simple. Just working a slip stitch in one loop of each square. And the loops that you work through are entirely optional for you. If you want to try it using different loops and see what it looks like, go ahead and try it, see how you like it. You may like those unused loops showing on the front side of your work. It gives it a little bit of a ridge on the front. you may prefer that, and that is entirely up to you. Some of these single crochets ended up being a little tight for some reason. So really just continue working that slip stitch through one loop of each square all the way down to the next corner, and then you'll fasten off. You'll want to leave a long enough end that you can weave it in, and then you will go ahead and finish your strip by sewing the next square onto the cross, which is the Easter basket. Once you've completed the strip, you'll go on and complete joining all of your squares together to make your blanket. And when I come back, I will show you how to work the border around the outside edges of the completed blanket. I've completed sewing all of my squares together, and now I'm ready to go ahead and add my border to the outside edges of the blanket. I'm going to be doing a very simple moss stitch on the outside edge of the blanket. It's also known as the granite stitch as well as the linen stitch. It has a lot of different names. It's very simple, single crochet chain one throughout, and it has just a very nice woven appearance. I just wanted something simple, not too frilly for the outside edge of this blanket. And so to get started, my first row is going to be in white, and I'm just going to attach it with the right side of your blanket facing you. Chain one, single crochet in that same stitch where you attached, then chain one, skip one, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain one, skip one, single crochet in the next. Chain one, skip one, single crochet in the next. And that is it for this first row around. It's a simple chain one, skip one, single crochet in the next. When we get to the corners, we're going to place a single crochet, chain one, single crochet in the corner to help turn that corner easily, so our work doesn't pucker up. But just go ahead and continue around the edge of your blanket. Single crochet, chain one, skip one, single crochet in the next. In the corner, place a single crochet, chain one, and single crochet in the same stitch to turn the corner. All right, so I've made it to the corner, and I'm going to chain one, and in that corner space, I'm going to work a single crochet, chain one, and a single crochet, and then I'm going to continue down the next side of the blanket by chaining one, skipping one, single crochet in the next. So repeat that around to the beginning of the row, and then we will switch colors. So to begin round two of the moss stitch, we're going to chain two, we're going to skip that first stitch, and we're going to work a single crochet in the chain one, that first chain one space. Chain one, skip the next stitch, and work a single crochet in the chain one space. chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the chain 1 space. So really you're just placing single crochets in every chain 1 space from the previous round, working a chain after each single crochet. And you're going to continue that same stitch pattern all the way around your blanket. In the corners, you're going to place a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the corner space from the previous round. So continue that around. Once we've gotten to the end of round 2, we're going to slip stitch into that first chain 2 space from the beginning of that round by switching to our next color. So bring your next color in and then chain 1, and you'll single crochet in that same space, chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in that chain 1 space, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. And so just continue that same stitch pattern around. The only difference was at the very beginning when we did that slip stitch into that chain 2 space from the beginning and worked a single crochet in that same chain 2 space. But you're just going to be alternating those rounds as you're going to be changing colors. And I have 4 other colors that I am using for my border: the purple, blue, green, and yellow. I'm not using black. I'm not using the orange that I used in the carrot. I just opted to use the pastel colors for the outside edging. You can certainly do something different if you wish, but you're just going to be alternating each round with a new color. So for round 3, you're going to switch to color yellow. For round 4, you'll switch to color green, and so on and so forth. Of course, you can do that in any order that you wish to customize your blanket. And then you're just going to make however many rows you want for your border. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial today. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, you can find me on Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram. If you have any questions about my patterns or want to reach out to me, you can reach me at nanascraftyhome@gmail.com or send me a Facebook message or a DM on Instagram, and I will respond to all of those ways. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.